afternoon, Chairman Hay. We are a Green Consulting Company, and we're just going to go over a couple things that would be in our training program. We wanted to give you this information packet just so you can read over with it, and we're glad to be here.
Did you want me to?
Our training program is simple and effective. It will help your employees reduce their stress levels, which will increase overall productivity. Some of the things that we do in our training will help, well, all of our things that we do in our training will help your employees better manage stressful situations. A less stressed employee means that they are more productive and can contribute better to the overall goal of your corporation. This will be our first time in the Chinese market, but we've been very successful in the US market. We have worked with numerous Fortune 500 companies to successfully implement stress reduction programs. So your company is in a unique position where you can be the first in the Chinese market to implement our proven programs so that you can see the success in the Chinese market. As you already know, but just to refresh your memory, the Chinese workforce is among the most stressed in the country, with 40% of employees saying that they are stressed on a daily basis. In Beijing, this jumps to 42%, and whenever you look at top executives, they have reported some of the highest stress rates of all time, with 78%. Clearly, this is an issue that needs to be addressed going forward to increase productivity in your own company. We appreciate that you have already started implementing creative expression because this is a great stress reduction. We would love to supplement this with our own program to allow you to see the full benefits of stress reduction within your company. Now let's look at some of the things we covered in our training.
So if you anticipate a stressful situation, there's a few things that you can do to prepare for it. The first thing that you can do is to identify your weaknesses. If there's a situation or sometimes a person that you know that you just can't deal with, sometimes it's better to simply avoid that situation. After all, knowing your weaknesses is a strength in and of itself. The second thing is to know your reactions to vulnerabilities. If you put two different people in the same situation, they will of course react differently, and the way that they react will determine the outcome of the situation. So if you know your own reactions, you can not only predict the outcome, but also avoid bad outcomes. The third thing that you can do is to rehearse neutral and temporal responses. If you find yourself in a stressful situation, you may feel the need to respond in an emotional way, but that will almost always make things worse. So if you have prepared a temperate and neutral response, you can mitigate the stress of the situation. Now, this brings up the question of how you actually deal with stressful situations when you come to them. One of the ways that you can do this is to honor thy partner. This means that even though it's always important to be respectful in a business situation, it's even more important in a stressful situation. Because in a stressful situation, you can be certain that your partner will latch on to any perceived disrespect and they will not forget about it. The second thing that you can do is to disarm thy partner. This means that if you find yourself in, say, an argument that just seems like it's going nowhere, like you're talking to a brick wall, you can try to get around that wall instead of going through it. Try to find a different way to get to the result that you want. The third method that we teach is to fight tactics and not people. If someone is being aggressive or rude, instead of assaulting their character, you can call them out on their behavior, and that will often neutralize the behavior instead of sidetracking you. If you'd like to know more, we would be glad to teach you more, to tell you more, or there's more information in the packet. Now I'll hand it off to finish us off.
So we just want to thank you for listening, first of all, and then second of all, like she said, we've had really good outcome with this training program and think we can help Min Metals greatly. Please review the packet, and we know you might need some time to digest the information, but if you have any questions right now, we'd love to answer them.
Thank you. I do have a question, and you started addressing it a little bit. One of the things when I was reading through this material that concerned me a little bit is this seems like a very American approach to handling stress. And I was wondering, how would we make this work in China or Beijing or Brazil even, let's say?
Okay, so all humans have stress, as everyone knows, and every culture appreciates art. And so that's a big thing for our company. We love to introduce art into stressful experiences and help people manage stress in that way. And so that could be through art therapy and bringing in a professional or a therapist and going over these stress management techniques or conflict management techniques, and not necessarily learning about art, but being able to express art, whether that's like something through your culture or even if it's company culture and how you want it to look. And that's really good when you may not be able to verbalize what you're feeling. So we think that art is everywhere and it can work great, and stress is everywhere and that needs to be managed.
Okay, I'm going to throw you a bit of a hardball right now, okay, or fastball, however you want to put it. The leader of the Communist Party and I are having a meeting with Mr. Trump. Nobody knows about this, about his outrageous tariffs on every single product that our company makes, and we're absolutely furious with President Trump. Do you have any suggestions of how I can use the material here to help me through that meeting?
Okay, well, I think the 3 tips that he went over are great to keep in mind. Honor thy partner, disarm thy partner, and do you remember the last one?
Fight tactics, not people.
Fight tactics, not people. And so keeping those in mind can be good for stressful situations, which seems like there might be a little bit of stress at the meeting. So just trying to stay calm and not being aggressive in the room, and knowing your vulnerability is also great, so you know how you'll react at least, and you can have a good outcome hopefully.
Great, thank you.